exist as a city. So we cannot have a person responsible for the forward movement of the city who doesn't believe the city can manage it all.
Okay, so obviously annexation is a factor in this, that his support for the annexation issue is a primary factor in your initiative here.
It is a factor. It's not the sole factor. The other factor is his failure to properly oversee the police department, leading to several scandals that has cost the city significant amounts of funding. He's also supported putting a dump on Noble Road, which has hurt the life and well-being of the people of the city of East Cleveland. He has overspent our budget by millions of dollars, leading us back into fiscal emergency after we got out of fiscal emergency under the previous mayor. And when he talks about the cost of recall elections, the lawsuit that he supported against the city of East Cleveland cost the city $100,000 or more in legal fees. That's more than the cost of every recall effort ever begun in the city of East Cleveland combined. So we are not wasting funds to engage in recall activity. We are actually fighting to save the city from the waste that has been characteristic of the
So you believe that his behavior and his conduct in office can't wait till another election? It warrants immediate...
Absolutely not. How much longer should, it's kind of like when John Kerry said, who are you going to say should be the last soldier to die for a failed war? The question is democracy. See, how much is democracy worth? And we cannot wait. We cannot wait because every day he is actively working to undermine our city. So that's why we can't wait. And when we began this effort, we were not sure that we wouldn't be voting at the next election on whether or not we have a city. So we could not have waited. No, this had to happen now. In fact, we may have even waited too long. Perhaps we should have begun the process earlier. But certainly no, we could not wait.
Okay, so when he enumerates what he believes to be his accomplishments this year, the Salvation Army Center that's opening.
Did he build the Salvation Army? Right.
Let me get to the question here.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
the commercial development down Superior. I think there's a senior housing project that is in the works now. He's managed to. The city's managed to get some grants to reinstate, to restore some safety forces here. I mean, do you believe the city would be worse off allowing him to continue in office for the remainder of his term?
Absolutely, absolutely. And none of these so-called achievements are achievements of Gary Norton. Gary Norton did not build the Salvation Army building. Gary Norton did not build any of those constructions along Euclid Avenue. That was private capital attracted to East Cleveland because of its location. What happened actually undermines Gary Norton's whole argument. His whole argument for annexation is that development will not come unless we become part of Cleveland. The actions of the last year prove the opposite, that we have had millions of dollars of private capital come into East Cleveland as it is, and we will have millions.
So you're saying the projects that he points to kind of refutes its own argument?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, and had nothing to do with him and would have occurred independently of him.
So, obviously, you're a strong opponent of annexation.
Absolutely. As is Reverend Hunter, as is every other elected official in the city. No other elected official in the city or appointed official has come out in favor of annexation, with the exception of...
So are you in favor of bankruptcy, or what are you in favor of? What are you in favor? I mean, obviously it's a bleak financial picture. I think everybody concurs on that.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's not even as great of a challenge as we've overcome in the past. It's a challenge. But we've already reduced almost 2/3 of the deficit that we had when we entered into fiscal emergency over the last couple of years. And that's before we had the new construction. That's before we've had new housing construction being built by Shaw High School. That's bringing more revenue into the city. So we have already, under the previous couple of years, before we had these new developments, reduced our deficit by 2/3. Within the next couple of years, we'll do the rest under proper leadership.
So who would you replace Mayor Norton with?
The charter decides. So it's not a question of who I would replace.
I don't mean you personally, but who collectively your group would be in favor of?
So our effort is to put a halt to the effective reign of terror of Gary Norton in the city of East Cleveland. Now, the charter provides for how the mayor will be replaced. The office of council president, the person who is in that office at a given time, will become the mayor of East Cleveland, and the council will replace any vacancy on the council. And then the people will decide who shall govern the city going forward in the election in November 2017.
Okay.
So
what kind of budget are you working on? How many people do you... Give me your prediction for next Tuesday. What's going to happen?
My prediction
Realistically.
No, my
I mean,
prediction.
big turnout, small turnout?
My prediction is that the turnout will be larger than at any previous special election. However, the turnout in East Cleveland has historically been low because of the misleadership of people like Gary Norton. They have so undermined the confidence of the people in the government that many people have given up. This is beginning to give the people hope again. So if the turnout is high, we believe we will win. That's the question. Gary Norton, when we got those signatures on the petitions, 1,000 people plus signed those petitions. 85% of the people we spoke to signed the petition. 85%. And we were in every precinct of every ward. If the people are against Gary Norton, the question is, will the members of the electorate who come out...
Well, do they care enough to make time in their day to express themselves?
So it'll be a
one way
question
or the
of
other?
turnout, and, and if the turnout is high, we believe we will win. And we believe if the turnout is high below the hill, we will win convincingly. Absolutely.
And how long, give me a little thumbnail picture of yourself. How long have you lived in East Cleveland?
5 years. I've lived in East Cleveland approximately five and a half years. I came in East Cleveland.
From where?
From Cleveland.
Okay.
So I grew up in the Mount Pleasant area of Cleveland, and I know it is nowhere near. The quality of life is better here than it is in the neighborhood that I grew up in Cleveland. So how will we benefit from getting what I had then? I moved here for an improvement in my quality of life, and I received that.
And your livelihood, by
I'm a substitute teacher.
so you're
I'm a substitute teacher.
okay.
And a graduate student. So that's my livelihood. But I moved here because several years back there was an effort to have our library system taken over by the
Right.
county. And we were told if we kept our library independent, we would have to close within 2 years. And I was chairman of the finance committee of that library system. We kept the library open, we kept it independent, and we took a $600,000 deficit to $1 million surplus in 2.5 years during a period of declining revenue. So if we could do that with our library, we'll do it with our city.
Okay. I think we've got the essence and then some of your arguments. So what's your budget for the campaign? I just wondering. Shoestring? Shoestring? A very skimpy shoestring.
Without string.
$5 holler.
Shoeless.
$5
The
holler.
budget is largely in-kind donations. This is we have
Hand to mouth.
Yeah, we just did a report, right? Financial report. So a couple of people have given a couple of dollars. I've given about $100 or $200 or so. Nate Martin has contributed some funds as well. But I don't think we've gotten $1,000 total. That includes the rent that we paid for this place.
Yes, right.
So it's pretty.
Does Art own this building or?
No, there's a woman named Miss Brown who owns the building, and she's being harassed for letting us use it.
Signage.
Yeah, but they even asked her why they let us use it.
So I haven't seen the supposed grainy video of your close encounter there.
I haven't seen it either.
No.
Where's the grainy video? I mean, apparently it's from the school board. I haven't seen it. I'd like to see it myself. But the fact of the matter is, he had no business in my personal space, confronting me because I was refuting what he was saying to a resident. All I did was hand the resident a flyer. The resident said, and he told the resident, why would you want to remove a mayor that does this? And I said, well, because he doesn't want to be your mayor. Doesn't want you to have a mayor at all. Or a city. And then he walks into...
He's pushing for something to eliminate his job.
We'll see.
No, you put something that will give him a
We'll
job.
give him a better job. The mayor of East Cleveland makes $40,000. He makes less the salary he's supposed to make.